from Minneapolis is Jason DeRusha, a journalist and radio host there. Jason, thanks so much for being here. You speak to people every day. You've been in this community for decades. What's the mood of people tonight?
Minneapolis is exhausted. We're tired. We're tired of being the main character in a national debate. We're tired having our state being used as a sort of clickbait ploy for different people trying to prove a point. And frankly, we're tired of not just a week, but a year, but 5 years going back to the riots that happened after the murder of George Floyd. It has been a stretch for a state that is used to being flyover country. And one of my callers today said they wanted to go back to being flyover country.
Obviously, we think of the George Floyd incident, riots afterwards, everything that happened with there. Yeah. A very different response here. Why do you think that is?
You know, some of it is weather, to be frank. When George Floyd happened, it was the summer, it was after Memorial Day. And also you have to remember it was right in the thick of COVID. So people had been in isolation for so long, it was like a powder keg just ready to go. This time around, I hate to say that this was inevitable, but I don't think most people are shocked that something went wrong. The cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul are very liberal. They do not want ICE here. The state of Minnesota is like most states in America. The rural parts of our state are very supportive of the immigration action of ICE, very supportive of law enforcement. And so it's just different. I think it is different this time for a multitude of reasons.
Well, and since then also, there's been so much happening in Minnesota politics. We think about not that long ago, the speaker in Minnesota was literally murdered in her home. And then just this week, we have Tim Walz, the governor, announcing he's not going to run for re-election. This allegation of $9 billion in fraud, and the federal government, coming in to crack down on that. How does that all impact what we're seeing here?
What does lead to the fatigue, and I do believe, Alex, that all of these things are connected. Not the Hortman murder, Melissa and Mark Hortman, who were executed in their home, but it does go to this idea of fatigue, right? That Minnesota had that trauma, had the trauma of dealing with all of the unrest after the murder of George Floyd. And then just over the last 2 weeks, I mean, you had the governor of Minnesota, who was almost the vice president of the United States, who was going to run again for a third term. The assistant U.S. attorney says, there's so much fraud going on in social services programs in Minnesota. There could be $9 billion. Then you had right-wing sort of YouTube news influencers. Everybody comes to town. For me, Alex, what is tough is that it's not just the outsiders, it's the insiders. Our leaders in Minnesota are not leading. The governor, the U.S. representatives. We had 2 United States representatives on the floor of the House yesterday in each other's face, yelling at each other. So there is this sort of question that I think along with a lot of people who are sort of maybe more centrist, struggle with, which is who do we look to for leadership? Where are the people calming things down and having a debate and having a discussion?
Jason DeRusha, thank you so much for sharing your views. Really appreciate you joining us live, staying up late tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you.